Hi, let's see here. So, Isometric 3, it's a pretty tough thing. Let me move it in here real quick. It's kind of a little bit confusing, a little bit tough to decipher everything that's going on. So I decided to make a quick little tutorial real quick just to go ahead and see how it actually goes. So, I'm going to be building the whole thing. One thing I want to point out, this little guy right here, there is no dimension for that. I was not able to find a dimension for that. So I just made that 10 wide. Here, there's some math that's a little bit tricky, and so I kind of want to go over that. And then here, to build this shape here where it comes up and goes in, two ways to do it. One is called draft, the other one is called loft. I wanted to show you loft. I think that would be pretty useful to use at this time. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to start with the base. Taking a look at this, that little base right there, it's going to be 145 millimeters, and this side here you can see from this hole to this hole is 50, and then if you followed out, the radius right here is 20. Then obviously there's going to be a 20 radius right there, and so that's going to be 90 millimeters wide. So let me go ahead and get this off real quick. Alright, so down here, going to go into Sketch. I already went through and I set up my parameters 4 millimeters. I hope I did at least, so we should be good to go. I'm going to go ahead, make my base, smart dimension that thing. Down there, that should be 145. Down here on this side, we're going to smart dimension it at 90. Go ahead, call that good. Let's see here, I'm going to go into features. We're going to extrude it, and it looks like it is 20 millimeters tall. Okay, so we got a good start going on right here. Now if I take a look, I want it this little corner here and this little corner here. Those are 20 millimeters apiece. So let's see if I can get this out of here. Alright, I'm going to use my fillet for that. That's just an easy way just to take it and say, I want this corner to be rounded, and I want that corner to be rounded. Now, default here looks like it's 10 millimeters radius. I'm going to make it 20 millimeters radius, and we have that all ready to go. Okay, next I'm going to put in my two little holes down here. Looks like they are 18 millimeters in diameter, 15 millimeters apart. And then obviously in is going to be 20 millimeters. Now, forgive me if I struggle with this a little bit. I'm just trying to see if I can find a way to keep this on the screen. It'd be so much nicer. I'm a little bit worried that as soon as I click on my SolidWorks, it's going to go away. Okay, so two holes, 18 millimeters. Alright, so let's see here. Sketch. I want to sketch on this face right here. I'm going to put a hole in right about here. It's asking for the radius, so I'm just going to say it's 9. We'll put another hole, line it up right there. We're just going to call it 9 as well. Do a little smart dimensioning. From center to center should be 50 millimeters. And from center to this edge, we're going to call that 20 millimeters. So we have it. Perfect. Go into features. Extrude cut. It's going to cut them blindly, but I'm going to go through all. Alright, so we have our nice little two holes in. We are well on our way. Okay, next I'm going to do this guy right here, this little triangle right here. It looks like it's going to be 60 millimeters tall and 65 millimeters from this front edge. So you can go here, do a sketch right on that face. Bam. Alright. This side here, we want it to be 65. Now I was not able to find a width for that, and so just kind of going through a few things. It looks like 10 is just about right. Now that guy is centered in there, and so let's see here, what was this, 90? So it would be 45 to the middle, okay, to right there. So to this edge, it would be 40. So I'm going to go ahead, smart dimension from here to there. We're going to go ahead and make that 40. Yep, and that is right in the middle. Okay, so let's go ahead, let's pull this thing up. Features, extrude boss base, we're going to pull it up. I want to say 60. Yep, 60 millimeters is what I want it to be. So I'm just going to go ahead, change it to 60, and we have it. Now I'm going to do a sketch on that guy's face because I don't want a rectangle. I want a triangle. So I'm going to go corner to corner. All right, now it would probably know what to cut, but I like to, since I'm going to do a cut, I like to enclose what I'm going to go ahead and cut. And then extrude cut. Looks like that is going to be cut. I'm just going to go through all, even though it really doesn't matter in this case. And we have it. Okay. Now, whoop. There we go. Okay. This is where things get just a little bit trickier. This is a main thing right here. This is 68 millimeters wide. This whole thing that comes up, 68 millimeters wide. Now, it's 50 millimeters to right there. Now this circle goes all the way from one side to the other. So this circle has to have a radius of 34 millimeters. 34 millimeters. So I got to think exactly how I'm going to go ahead and do this. Do I want to make a rectangle, pull it up 60 millimeters, and then fillet it? I think that would probably be okay. Yeah, I think that should work pretty well. So, all right. Don't like it when that happens. Let's go ahead. Let's do a sketch, and I'm going to do a sketch right on that face. We're going to go ahead. We're going to make our little rectangle. And I did figure out from before it is going to hang off the edge. Smart dimension. We'll just do this guy right here. This guy should be 68 millimeters wide. Now this is a fun little trick to do. From here to here it should be touching, so I'm just going to dimension it at 0, and it moves it over and it's touching. So see how it does come over the back just a little bit right there. Now, do we know exactly how long it is? Forgive me as I go through this. So we got 50 plus the radius of this is going to be 38, and so no, 34, I'm sorry. The radius of this is going to be 34, so 50 plus 34 is going to be 84. So that was a little tricky part to it. This is going to be 84 millimeters right there. Let's go ahead to features. Let's pull it up. Let's extrude it. We're going to extrude it 60. Bam, we got it. Now down here, I'm going to fill it. Go find fillet. Boop, right there. I'm going to fill that guy right there, but not 20. I want that one to be 34. And let's see if it'll do this one too, because they would be meeting. Yep, looks like it'll do it. Radius 34, hit the green check to make it so. Alright, so let's see what else we have going on. We have a good start to this. Let's go ahead and let's cut out this notch right here. The notch is 50 millimeters up, 30 millimeters tall, and it looks like it's 20 millimeters from the front. So I do want to do a sketch. Really important not to put the sketch on the curve, but to put the sketch on that face right there. Okay? I'm going to go ahead, come to the front, boom, like that. See if I remember all my dimensions. I want to say that one was a 30 millimeter. I want to say this one right here was a 15 millimeter. And I want to say from here to there, I believe was a 20 millimeter. So You can go ahead and take that, features, extrude cut. I want to go through everything. Bam. We are through all of it. So we are well, or than that, we are well on our way. We got that little notch coming out. We got these two holes, got this ramp up. Now this guy here, this guy we're going to have to use lofting. I don't have a huge amount of time left. I have 5 minutes left in this screen recording. If I have to, I can do it in 2, but let's go ahead, let's get that circle down, and I would like to show you how to go ahead and loft it. So 68 in diameter, 50 millimeters back. So let's do a sketch right here on the top. I'm just going to go ahead, throw in a circle. All right, down here, if it's 68, that's going to be 34 radius. All right, smart dimension from the center to that line right there should be 50. All right, I am not centered right here, so am I in smart dimension yet? Yep, I guess I am. I didn't think I was, but that should be 34. Now it is absolutely centered. So what we're going to do, and I should explain loft just a little bit, we now have in this sketch, in sketch 7, we have a circle right there. All right, now if I go ahead, if I can get that forward, we got this circle drawn right here. We're going to draw another circle way up here. Okay, that circle is going to be a radius of 20 millimeters, and it's going to be directly above. So we're going to sketch another circle way up here, and then we're going to loft the two. That means basically the computer is going to figure out and fill in everything from here to there. So let's go ahead. This is really important right here. I have to go out of my sketch. Okay, so now I'm out of my sketch. I'm going into my features. I need to build, I'll get that back, I need to build a plane right up here that I'm going to do my new sketch on. So I'm going to do reference geometry, and I'm going to go to plane. Now if you don't get all of these options, you're probably inside of a sketch. Okay, reference geometry, I'm going to go to plane. My first reference, I'm just going to say that right there. Okay, now it can say, how high do you want to go? And I want to say it was, oh, it's 40. I was going to say 60, but it's 40 millimeters up. So I'm just going to create a plane. It's not a sketch yet, but I create a plane that is 40 millimeters up from that surface right there. Okay? Now I'm just going to go directly into sketch, and since my plane was already highlighted, now I'm sketching right up here. Okay? I'm going to do my circle, hover over that center, and I can still find my center point, and it's asking for a radius. The radius is 20. I'm going to go ahead and check that. Okay? Now you can see if I tilt it to the side, now I got my bottom circle, I have my top circle, but I cannot loft it until I'm out of the sketch. Now that I'm out of the sketch, now I can go to features, and right here is what we're looking for, lofted boss base. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to loft this. It's saying, hey, what profiles, what do you want to loft? I'm going to get this circle right here. Now be careful where you click on it. You can like get some twisting going on, which can be kind of fun when you're dealing with octagons and hexagons and stuff like that. But I'm going to click on the left hand side here. Oh, it already has that. Is it twisted? Nope, it's not twisted at all. And so it's already guessing, you know, hey, we're going to connect these two profiles right there, which is perfect. It's exactly what I want to go for. Okay, now I don't have too much time left, but I'm going to go ahead and do a sketch on the top and get here. Looks like that hole is 24 in diameter, so I'm just going to put a nice little circle here. Boom. Let's see here, that would be 12. Bam. and then features, cut,